Welcome back to Further Solutions Academy. On this video, I'll be walking you through general angle between two lines. Don't forget, before you watch this video, make sure you understand distance of the of the 2 points, gradient of the line, midpoint, equation of the line, and the conditions also. But on this video, I discovered that we have not touched this general angle between two lines. Now, let me start. This is how it always been. Don't forget that we are talking about Cartesian plane. Don't forget that. Here we'll be representing x, here we'll be representing y. And you know that this is going to be minus, and this is going to be minus y also. Now, it's a Cartesian plane, and anything, interaction between x and y will generate a what? Point. Now, you know what a line is? Is a linear graph. Linear graph means that you have a direct, in a simple equation like that, like y equals to ms plus c, which is y can be equal to 3x plus 5. Now, here is gradient, which is going to be 3, and c is what? Is 4. This one is called gradient, and c is intercept at what? Y. Take note of that. That's what we are to work on this video. Now, this particular equation, we call it linear equation or linear function. Now, when you have it like this, you will have what? Your straight line. Don't forget your x and y are known as what? Coordinates. Now, take note of those things. They are very, very important. Now, interaction between x and y will generate points, which you all know. Now, for instance, I have a line. I have another line like this. Now, I call this place I call this place N, I call this place M. Now, this is the theta. I call it theta 1. I call this place theta 2. Now, for your information, this is the angle I'm talking about. Angle between these two lines. This is the angle. I call it theta. Now, can you see that this is what? A particular shape that is a triangle. Triangle is being formed here. Now, don't forget that now. I've told you that these are this, and since you know that, now I can now say that what? Sorry. Now, with this, I can say that now my theta can be equals to theta 2 minus theta 1. Now, we means interior plus exterior, sum of what? That means exterior angle is equals to sum of what? Opposite interior angle. That is what I just made there. Now, if I relate this one, I can say that what? My tan theta equals to what? Tan of what? Theta. Now, by so doing this, go back to your trigonometry function, double angles. Now, when you talk about double angle, we'll know more about this. We have sine, we have cos, and tan. Of the tan, if I should remember, I think it's always like this. Tan theta equals to tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2. Oh, no. Let me put 1. Divided by 1 plus tan theta 1 theta 2. That is yes. If I should remember, that is how it always be. Now, if I want to do it very well, don't forget that tan is always equals to opposite all over adjacent. Now, tan is always equals to opposite all over adjacent. I can also say that my tan 2 would be equals to M2, and tan theta 1 would be equals to M1. It means I'm representing it in form of what? Gradient. Don't forget that I've told you that my M is called what? Gradient. Don't forget that I've told you earlier that my M is equals to what? Is gradient. Hope I'm not making any mistake. I'm making sense. Now, since I have that, I can now say that what? My tan theta will be equals to what? M2 minus M1 divided by 1 plus M1 M2. Take note of that. M1 M2. Now, there are some conditions on this particular area. There are some, note this condition. Note these conditions. Now, let me quickly state the condition. The first condition is that if it is what? If theta is acute. You know what is called acute angle? Acute angle, it means it is less than 90. This is a very good example of acute angle. It's always less than 90. It means theta is what? Acute. Now, take note of this. If it is obtuse is always like this. This is obtuse angle. It means theta is what? Obtuse. Now, and we have reflex angle, which you will know more about those things later. Now, I just want us to know that for better understanding. Now, since it's acute, now if it is acute, that is condition number A. Now, if it is acute, hope I'm not making blunder because I have to be checking myself. If it is acute, it means my M1 minus M2, M2 minus M1 plus M2 will be greater than what? 0. If it is acute, it will be greater than what? 0. Take note of that. If it is acute. B, if theta is obtuse, it means my M2 minus M1 will be what? Plus M1, M2 will be less than what? Is 0. If it is obtuse, it will be less than what? Is 0. Take note of that. I think I'm making sense. Now, the next one is if, which is C. If theta equals to what? Is 0. If theta equals to 0, it means then my M1 minus M2 divided by M1 plus 1 plus M1 M2 will be equals to what? Is 0. That is what we are talking about. Now, from here now, from where? From here we have M1 minus M2 will be what? M2 minus M1 divided by what? 1 plus M1 M2 equals to 0. Now, for this to be equals to 0, mind you, M2 minus M1 will be equals to 0. That is just it. If this is equals to 0, it's another thing entirely. Now, for this to be, it means what? My M1 equals to what? M2. It means parallel condition. Parallel condition. Now, parallel condition. And don't forget that our M1 equals to M2 at parallel. It means the two lines are what? Are parallel. Take note of that. Take note of that. It means the gradients are also parallel. Now, the next thing I want us to know that, which is condition D. If theta equals to 90 degrees, now, then the line will be what? Then the line will be what? Then the lines will be what? Will be perpendicular to each other. Now, it will be perpendicular to what? Each other. What do I mean there by perpendicular? We all know that with what I've stated here, it means my M2 minus M1 divided by what? 1 plus M1 M2 will be equals to what? Undefined. It will be equals to undefined. Now, listen to me. Tan 90 is what? Undefined. We all know that. My tan 90. Tan 90 is what? Undefined. Take note of that. You know, since you know that for you to be equal to, it means my m plus m1, m2 will be equals to what? Will be equals to 0. Because I've told you earlier, there are two, you know, when you talk about algebraic expression, you know, defined and undefined expression. This, for this place to be equals to 0, this, if denominator equals to 0, it means the whole function will be what? Undefined. Now, it means I can answer what? My m1, m2 can be equals to -1, and m1 can be equals to -1 all over m2. Now, that is what? This is called perpendicular. Perpendicular condition. Now, that is what is called perpendicular condition. Okay, I think I've made a very good sense to everyone that is listening to me. Now, let me try to show one or two examples. I repeat again, from our, this is double angle, which is, you know, sum of interior angle, sum of exterior angle equals to the what? Sum of what? Interior angle. You know the condition. Now, theta equals to this. Theta equals to this. By that, I will be having this. And from there, this is my what? Double angle, which is, we have sine, we have tan, we have cos. Now, this is what for the one, this is the one for the tan. And I declared my tan angle 1 equals to what? Theta. Equals to gradient 2. Tan angle 2, angle 1 equals to gradient 1. M is standing for gradient, which is what I explained here. And with that, I declare that, and I keep, the condition is, if it is acute, it means it will be greater than 0. If it is obtuse, it will be less than 0. If it is equals to 0, it means I will be having the parallel condition, which is M2 equals to M1. M2 equals to M1, and vice versa. And okay, I think I'm making sense. Okay, now, when is equals to 90, theta equals to 90, it means that the line will be what? Perpendicular to each other, which you know that tan 90 is what? Undefined. And for you to get undefined as a function here, this particular part will be equals to what? Is 0. From there, I can now, you know, manipulate and show your skill that you know mathematics. Okay, I have some problems so that you will be, because a question was sent to me, and I discovered that there is no, there's nothing to back the solution up. That is why I have to come from this area. And don't forget, go and watch videos, our videos on trigonometry. We have double angles, all those things for better explanation. Okay. Sorry, I'm having kata. Now look at this. I have this question for us. Look at this question. Calculate the angle between the pairs of lines. This is line 1 and line 2. This is x minus 2y plus 4 equals to 0, and y equals to 5x minus 6. Solution to this problem. Now, what you just need to do, you are asked to calculate the angle between them. Now, what I will just do, let the angle of the two lines be theta, and gradient will be M1 and M2 as usual. Now, M1, M2, what you just need to do, I'll be having the first line x minus 2y plus 4 equals to 0. Now, I want to find the gradient of this line now. Now, how do I find the gradient of this line? It must be in this form. Y equals to ms plus c. Coefficient of this is gradient. This is called gradient. Now, this is intercept at what? Intercept at what? At y. Now, what you just need to do, my y, I think I'll be having minus 2y equals to minus 4, minus x minus 4. Now, my y will be equals to x all over 2 minus 4 all over 2 minus. Now, which I'll be having y equals to x all over 2 plus 1 plus 2. Now, what you just need to do now is that my m1 will be equals to 1 all over 2. Now, my c will be equals to 2. Take note of that, just in case there are some questions that will demand for that. Now, I will move on to the m2. Now, my y equals to x minus 6. It means without any problem here, my m is already arranged. It means my m2 equals to 5. My c equals to what? 4. This is c2. Now, by so doing this, I can now say that what? Back to the now I can now show that the angle. Now I want to find the angle. It means my tan theta, using tan theta equals to m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m2 m1. Now, since I have this, I can now say that. Now, since I have this, and I have my m1, my m1 and my m2. My m1 is given as this, and my m2 is given as 5. It means tan theta will be equals to, what is my m2? My m1 is 5. My m2 is 5 minus 1 all over 2 divided by 1 plus 5 multiplied by 1 all over 2. Now, by so doing this, we have 10. I'll be having 10 minus 1 divided by 2 and divides over 2 plus 5 all over 2, which will be tan theta will be equals to 9 all over 2 divides 7 all over 2. It means my answer will be 9 all over 7. It means my tan theta equals to that. Now, theta will be equals to tan inverse of, now when it will be 0 point, it will be 0 point, it will be 1.286, which I'll be having my theta as 52.13 degrees. That is my theta. It means the angle between the two lines are that. That is all. Now, that is all we have to find. That is all. Okay, let me try to show another question for better illustration. Now, 2y plus 3x minus 4 equals 0, and 4y plus 6x equals to minus 10. Now, I want to find the angle. I'm finding the angle, sorry. Find the angle between the two lines. Now, what I just need to do is that I will be having solution. What I just need to do, line 1 will be what? 2y plus 3x plus minus 4 equals to 0. For me to do this, y will be equals to minus 3x plus 4. Y will be equals to minus 3 all over 2 plus 4 all over 2. Now, I divide all through by what? Divide all by what? By 2. Now, all through by 2. Now, since I have this, it means my m1 equals to minus 3 all over 2. My c1 equals to 4 all over 2. That is number 1. Now, since I've gotten that, I will now move on to the next one. my line 2, which is going to be what? What is now in line 2? 4y plus 6x equals to minus 10. It means 4y equals to minus 6x minus 10. Now, y will be equals to, when I divide both sides by what? By 1 all over 4. By 1 all over 4. This will cancel this. Now, my y will be equals to minus 6 all over 4 minus 10 all over 4. Now, by so doing this, I think my m2 will be equals to minus 3 all over 2, and c2 will be equals to minus 5 all over 2. That is all. Now I can now go to the, now using tan theta equals to what? M2 minus M1 divided by 1 plus M2 M1. Now, what is my M1? Permit me to use this side because of the space. Now, it means my tan theta will be equals to, my M1 is, my M2 is, this is my M2, minus 3 all over 2, minus, and my M1 will be minus 3 all over 2, divides 1 plus minus 3 all over 2, minus 3 all over 2. Because, now, for your information, this is parallel because you can see that M1 equals to what? M2. M1 equals to what? M2. For me not to do that, go further. It means it is parallel. It means it is parallel. It means I'll be having tan theta equals to what? Plus, and it will be 0 divided by what? 1 plus, that will be 9 all over 4, which is going to be what? Is 0. Now, it means tan theta will be equals to 0, and theta will be equals to tan of what is 0, which is going to be what is 0. Theta equals to 0. Now, can you see? It means it's parallel. It's parallel. That is all about that. Can you see? Math is very simple, and it's very, very simple. Take note of that. Just understand this formula and apply it, and know how to generate your M1 at any point. My y will be equals to ms plus c. Take note of that. Your y must be equals to, don't forget, x and y are known as coordinates. X and y are known as what? Coordinates. M is your gradient, and y is, c is intercept at y. On the next video, I'll be working on finding the two intercept line. Finding point of intersection of two lines. That is what I'm going to be working on the next video. Don't forget to share this video, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Once again, thanks for watching.